Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Dhammapariyesanā. Today is day 34. In today's discussion, we'll be discussing another interesting topic. As the title suggests, it is the spiritual consciousness of massage and bodywork, which can be a little different from the topics that we've been discussing so far. I think our guest today will be able to talk exactly what we want to know, because this is more about how we can combine spirituality to bodywork, wherein which we can see massage therapy is a part of. It's my great pleasure for me to introduce our guest today, who is April May Cumpton, who is joining from Chula Vista, California. Let me paraphrase April. April is a massage therapist that works in a chiropractor's office from Chula Vista, which is a part of San Diego, I think, that specializes in the strongest areas of massage: trigger point therapy, myofascial release, postnatal, Swedish, muscle balancing, stretching, and deep tissue. She is also a certified healing touch therapist and a Reiki master. So she has a couple areas of expertise: massage therapy, healing touch therapy, and Reiki, which all come under, I think, the alternative medicinal aspects. She has been skillfully bringing her expertise to the massage table for over 6 years, while effectively managing an organic lifestyle for herself and her 5 children. This is what I was very much into, because I was asking her before, what is this organic life look like? And when she is not helping others, she likes to enjoy the ocean, meditation, and spending time snuggling with the 2 pets, Spirit and Lulu. Please join me in welcoming April to our discussion today. April, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Thank you, Bhante Chandima. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So let's begin our discussion this way. So real healing occurs when not only the pathology is alleviated. I mean, this is where we find out the massage therapy and all that. But when the soul, and the other parts of spiritual things are healed as well. So it's not only the pathology, but also the spiritual elements of that particular question. So touch is spiritual and also psychological. It is not just a physical thing. So under these, things, we can look into massage and how the massage and the bodywork have connection to our topic today. In normal terms, massage is the manipulation of the body's soft tissues. The purpose of massage is generally for the treatment of body stress or pain. But there are a lot of things we can talk about with massage and bodywork. If I bring up something about the bodywork, which has a place of massage, you can think about the alternative medicine, where people may opt out because when they are not satisfied with the normal medicine, they may go for alternative medicine. Sometimes they are satisfied with the medicine, but even the doctors ask them to find out, alternative medicinal treatments too. So when it comes to bodywork, it is something we call like a therapeutic or personal development technique that involves working with the human body in a form involving manipulative therapy, breathwork, or energy medicine. I mean, all these bodywork techniques can help someone to assess and improve posture, promote awareness, and more importantly, body-mind connection. This is something that a lot of people talk about. Even the doctors talk about the body-mind connection more than ever, because nowadays we understand doctors sometimes advise patients to practice awareness so that they can heal faster. Some of the best known forms of non-touch bodywork methods include Reiki, which you are expert as well, yoga, pranayama, as well as other techniques like deep breath, respiration techniques, Tai Chi, and there are many more things to talk about. So, along these lines, what we can understand is massage can become a part of this, what do you call, and a part of this alternative medicinal practice. So, I mean, deep breath, deep tissue massage. So, April, I wanted to start this discussion this way. How did you get into this massage, therapy subject in your life?
Okay. Well, how I came about becoming a massage therapist actually started when I was a lot younger. I noticed that when I put my hands on someone else, it had a very profound effect on them. So I learned about massage and I decided that's what I wanted to do. I even decided that I wanted to work in a chiropractor's office doing what I do now. And I then followed that path. Over the years, I did realize that the body-mind connection was very important to the power of touch. And I decided to follow that about 6 years ago when I had actually met the owner of the business, and we connected, and I decided that I wanted to learn about the secular aspects first and then the energy aspects first, and here we are.
That's a good point that you brought up, secular part and the energy part of the meditation. Let's speak from heart, openly and candidly about, these aspects, because this is something that not a lot of people talk about from spiritual point. They always talk about the physical, secular point. April, what do you think about the difference between a secular massage therapist versus a spiritual massage healer? I understand that there are no such two people like secular massage therapists and a spiritual massage healers, but the ways in which how they treat patients, we can see this difference. So if I explain a little bit more, we understand that when a secular massage therapist only focuses on someone's body, she might only focuses on the skin part and just the outer skin, right? But when it comes to a secular massage therapist, but also who uses the spiritual elements, she might look into the energy body throughout that particular body. So it looks like the entire body. So what do you think the difference and the main perspective between these two people, secular massage therapist and a spiritual massage healer? And what do you think? Have you already noticed that, or have you already chosen one or the other? And what do you see? I mean, the massage industry, you can share with us.
Okay. So I wanted to focus on the physical aspects of massage therapy before I learned about the energetic aspects of massage therapy, because I wanted to build a foundation in the physical aspect first, on the mechanical aspect of what ails us, so to speak, and our injuries, so to speak, because our energy or our consciousness, which is more than just the physical body, we have the different layers of our actual, our being, affect our physicality. So, for example, we can have an aspect of our consciousness that is affecting our physical body in such a manner that it manifests as an illness, or it manifests as an injury, a recurring injury, because we have this consciousness. And a lot of that can be traced back to traumas that we have had in the past that we haven't been able to clear, that are still in our energy field, that with the help of an energy practitioner can be removed, and to help break the cycle and the pattern of the physical injury that keeps recurring.
And what do you think about the spiritual, someone who is using spiritual elements into massage? So do you think that person is someone who is both good at the secular massage, physical part, and also the spiritual part? I don't think that all the massage therapists would consider this element. So what do you think about, because today in our discussion, our main focus is talking about how we can use this spiritual consciousness into massage therapy. We are not saying that all massage therapists must use it, but they can consider at some point. So what have you, looked at someone who is also using spiritual elements into his or her massage practice?
Okay. So with the physical aspect or the secular aspect, even if you are focusing solely on the physical aspect, when you place your hands on someone, you have the ability to exchange energies. You have the ability not only to correct the mechanical issues that somebody may be having, but you also have the ability to affect the human biofield as well. And we see this as in the forms of the science, where we know that the human touch is actually boosting levels of oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. It is helping to calm down anxieties through the parasympathetic nervous system, through deactivation of the parasympathetic nervous system. And so we have that physical baseline for the healing aspect, which also then, because emotions are energy and so much of our emotions is created in our consciousness, it does then radiate to our outer layers of our existence. So that can help. But we do also have, it does go hand in hand, where if we have a recurring trauma that is still in our consciousness, and we are not actually directing our focus toward that energetic trauma, so to speak, or that experience that is replaying in our consciousness, if we're not directly focusing on that, that may cause the injury to recur, or the illness not to be lifted from the client or the patient.
Great. April, what do you think about the connection between relaxation and spirituality? Now, there's a norm this way. Spirituality comes from not only from moral behavior and greater, other things, but also from relaxation. When someone is more relaxed, one can easily be able to tap into one's spirituality. So as a massage therapist, you are treating patient for them to be relaxed. So what do you think, how important is relaxation in order someone to be spiritual? Are you a spiritual person? Or how do you think that massage therapy can help someone to be relaxed, and then that can help that person to be really a better person?
Absolutely. It is definitely more difficult to tap into our spirituality when we have outside stressors that are causing the blockages that can make us feel a certain type of way. And so relaxing the patient or the client is very beneficial, not only to their mental health and well-being and their physical health and well-being, but their spiritual health and well-being. So that way it can provide a pathway to their own consciousness. When we have a lot of stressors, we tend to focus only on the stressors, and that causes that negative spiral to where we're thinking of negative things and we're doing negative things and we're thinking more negatively and we're doing more negatively. It causes that downward negative spiral. So relaxing can be a way to go upward and remove yourself from that negative pattern of thinking and allow yourself to connect with your higher self and your consciousness as well.
What do you mean by like going upward and somebody can tap into the higher self? Is that lying somewhere high in the body? Or is it just a what do you call figurative way of saying that higher self, and then
Well, I was actually referring to the outer layers of our embodiment. Our spiritual aspect is more, it is connected to our crown chakra, which is one of the outer layers of our existence. So when I'm saying higher selves, I'm meaning outer layers of our existence. And that would be spirituality. Yes.
Great.
Our spirituality. Mm-hmm.
April, I know you work at Gherkin Family Chiropractic Center, which is located in Chula Vista, San Diego, California. And I can see that in your bio that you provide massage therapy in different, techniques, I guess. So let's talk a little bit about, each of these. I mean, in, short. Could you talk a little bit about what these, areas are? By trigger point therapy, myofascial release, postnatal techniques, Swedish muscle balancing, stretching, and deep tissue, so that our people who are watching this one will get a good sense of what you are doing, and so that we can continue the discussion very well. We can start from trigger point therapy, what it is and how you do that.
Okay. So trigger point therapy basically focuses on what we would call the knots in our body. So we have these knots, which are also called trigger points, that have a specific job to do for the muscle system, which is to help and remove metabolites and toxins from the muscles. And when we have an injury or when we have spasm, the trigger point can no longer do its job, which is to filter out those toxins again. And so the trigger point or the knot gets bigger. And then the spasm or the injury gets worse because this actually causes the muscle to stop working in the way that it should, and the entire muscle group. And these trigger points actually have referral patterns that refer to different areas of the body. So usually when we have a trigger point that is activated or no longer able to remove those toxins, it will refer to a different area. So for instance, here in the shoulder area, you might want to focus on that area, but it's also going to cause pain behind the ear or pain in the jaw. And I have been trained to know what those patterns are and to work on those specific trigger points to release them, so that way they can allow the muscle to move freely and for the patient to no longer have pain. And sometimes I see runners who will come in and they'll say, my back hurts really badly and I haven't lifted anything and I don't know why. And I check their calf muscles and they have trigger points in the calf muscles that actually do refer all the way into the lower back. So we work on the calf muscles, we put ice on the calf muscles, and their lower back pain is gone, even though we actually didn't work on their lower back. So that, in a nutshell, is what trigger point therapy is.
Yeah. What about by myofascial release?
Myofascial release is a really great way to also help free the muscle from spasm and injury. It is almost like like a canvas around our muscles. It starts at the base of the neck and reaches all the way down to the tips of our toes. And it actually has been proven that fascia is, it surrounds all of the different organs in our body as well. And so sometimes when we have imbalances in our muscles or in our skeletal system, we can also develop imbalances in our fascia. And if you've ever seen the outside of a piece of chicken, like a cutlet of chicken, where you see that white layer around the muscle or the chicken, that is the same as it is for the muscle. We have that layer that can get really, really tight. It's made mostly of hyaluronic acid, the ground substance that keeps the myofascial, the fascia, really supple. And so what we can do for that is we can apply techniques that will free the fascia around the muscle, because sometimes it's not just the muscle that spasm, it's solely the fascia.
Great. And what about postnatal? Is it about pregnancy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How would you explain that to someone who is watching,
Okay.
who will be pregnant, who is already pregnant here? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How I would explain that to someone who is pregnant or planning on getting pregnant or may have just had a baby is that it is very important to stay relaxed and to keep the circulatory system healthy while you are pregnant. You've got a lot of changes that are going on in the body while you are growing this person inside of you. And so it is very important to help to relieve pain, to gear you toward the birthing process and the baby's birth. To keep you nice and relaxed, so that way you are healthy for yourself and for your baby.
Great. Moving on to Swedish and muscle balancing.
Okay. So Swedish massage focuses on relaxation techniques and petrissage techniques, gentle motions, and the deep tissue and muscle balancing rather, focuses on the aspect of when you have an injury, you usually have an imbalance in the muscle because you tend to compensate over time. So you're holding, space for this injury over here on this side, but you're utilizing this side more. So usually an imbalance in the muscles is created. And so it's my job to go in and to focus on the antagonistic aspect of the muscles that are being used and to either strengthen or stretch those. So that way we can bring the whole body back into balance, because the muscles are what supports the skeletal system. And so if you have muscles that are imbalanced, then that can also pull your skeletal system out of alignment as well.
Awesome. April, I wanted to ask you something about manipulation. So when you talk about massage, we always know that there is a kind of a manipulation of the body. But when you look at how does a secular massage therapist, do that particular massaging different from a spiritual massage healer, we can see that there is kind of a reduction of the relegation of this manipulation. So there's less manipulation, but still there is a kind of manipulation, because you are, as a massage therapist, you need to manipulate, I guess, on the surface level, someone's body. So how does manipulation work for both, like someone who only stay under the secular massage therapy, and then someone who is using, in addition to the secular massage, going into a spiritual element? So what do you think about manipulation? How much manipulation do you think that a massage therapist can use in terms of both? And what is this manipulation thing?
Okay, so in terms of manipulation, I have said before that we can be holding traumas or have a certain consciousness in our energy field that is manifesting physically in our bodies. And so as far as manipulation goes, we may need to use manipulation short term for the moment to relieve pain immediately. We can also use energy therapies to relieve pain immediately. But for mechanical issues, sometimes it is best to use the secular approach. And for recurring issues, or even for other types of injuries, it is best to add the energetic therapeutic approach, because the manipulation is only covering one aspect, which is the physical part of the injury, because we have so many different aspects of ourself that the physical is just one. And to deny the mental aspect or the spiritual aspect would be to not completely treat the entire person or the injury as well. If that does mean to treat the physical injury through manipulation. And sometimes we only need to work energetically. So it is my job also, and my expertise, to know when a patient comes in, what would benefit them the most, what type of therapy would be the best for them. Sometimes it is either or sometimes it is both. Yes.
Right. Do you also think compassion plays a bigger role with manipulation? Because we know, like as monks, we always understand that when we chant for a sick person to bless, the chanting will be really blessing that person only if we are so compassionate towards that person. Otherwise, everyone can chant by looking at a book, right? So we should be able to be compassionate. So the more we are compassionate, the more blessed the patient is. So in the same way, I'm just wondering, so even we talk about manipulation, I think the massage therapist, be that a secular massage therapist or a secular spiritual massage healer, I think they can always invest in compassion, in dealing with the patient. So what do you think about that, compared to manipulation? Rather, we don't take it as a one single thing. Manipulation, should there be a balance between these two, or the whole practice of massage, or body work, based on compassion, those kind of things?
Yes. So with compassion, I find that massage therapy and healing in general is a very compassionate approach to helping people to become well from their injuries. The secular approach can be very mechanical. You don't always have to apply the compassion and into the techniques for that. But I do find that most massage therapists are very compassionate people. They do what they do because they want to help others, because they want to help heal others of their injury, whether it be focusing on the physical aspect or the energetic aspect. I find that most massage therapists that I have spoken to all want to help heal others compassionately. So that is my experience with that, and I do too. I definitely do what I do because I do have compassion for others, and I do want to help them to feel better and to live a pain-free life. And so that is definitely why I do that.
Great. Can we talk a little bit about some of the main benefits of massage therapy, including body work? So you can probably elaborate on some of the main benefits of having a massage. Maybe I would like if you could elaborate on some of the compliments patients gave to you. One of the, a couple of them, just to understand how they felt after the treatment. But before that, could you elaborate a little bit about some of the main benefits of the massage therapy?
Okay, so there are so many benefits to massage therapy. One of them, I know we touched base on that a little earlier. One of them is the levels of oxytocin that are supported when you do place your hands on someone. Oxytocin levels are boosted during massage, and this supports our social awareness. It is also called the bonding hormone for a reason, or the cuddle hormone, so to speak. It's called the bonding hormone because when we have levels of oxytocin that are produced by the body, we have more of an ability to trust others. We do better in a social setting with others. This is the hormone that is actually released when mothers give birth and when they're breastfeeding their babies. And so this is healthy for our well-being because it also gives us an overall sense of wellness and well-being. And dopamine is really, really good for ourselves because this is our happy chemical, and the same with serotonin. It allows us to be relaxed and it helps us to fight off anxieties. The parasympathetic nervous system, which is our fight or flight, is also deactivated through touch. There are so many wonderful reasons why massage is really beneficial. And through the power of touch is definitely something that everyone can benefit from.
Do you think every time when someone is stressed out, depressed, there's something happening with muscles? Because people are struggling a lot time to time, but they may not understand that every time they get stressed out, they are angry, they are jealous. There are things that can happen. I'm asking, as you are a massage therapist, in your own understanding, in your practice, what can you share with us about these mental reactions and what can happen behind the scene? The person may not notice them. So what could you share with us about it?
Okay. That is something very good that you have brought up to my attention. When we are stressed out, we tend to clench our jaw. We tend to shrug our shoulders up. We get really tense and our muscles are just spasmed into this tight little ball of emotions. And our muscles hold energy. Our muscles hold emotions. So when we are taking those long flights, or when we are working at a computer all day and our shoulders are tensed up and our jaws really tight and we're trying to meet that deadline for our boss, or we're dealing with family issues, or maybe we're raising kids and we're working really hard all day to raise them and to teach them. So all of these physiological changes that happen when we are tense can cause us to store emotions and energy in our muscles. And I do see this quite often where we do release the tight muscles and we have what's called a SomatoEmotional Release, where the patient just starts crying, or maybe they'll start laughing because they've been holding nervous energy in their shoulders or in their lower back. And that helps to also release some of the traumas and the stresses of day-to-day life as well. And it's very beneficial to maintain and preserve that wellness through massage on a regular basis.
that brings me to the next part of the discussion. Now, when I looked at some stats about people who wanted to get some services about what you call alternative medicine, where massage is a part of, I can see that a lot of people, this is kind of a doc that I looked at from the US stats. A lot of people who wanted to look at the alternative medicine, the majority, 19.9 people chose chiropractic, techniques, treatments. 14.6 people, they chose deep breathing practices, probably awareness meditation. 7.5 people chose yoga, and 4.0 people chose acupressure, acupuncture. 2.5 people chose Tai Chi. 1.1 people chose energy healing, including Reiki. So now, it looks to me that there are people who believe that there is help when they get into alternative medicinal things. But not everybody might believe that there could be some help from them. So now I would like to relate, all that we've been talking so far, massage and, manipulation and the spiritual elements of the massage therapy, into our main topic. So our main topic is what you call the spiritual consciousness of massage and bodywork. So, April, now, for someone who is working in any of these industry, any of these industries, yoga, acupuncture, Tai Chi, energy healing, massage, meditation, chiro practice, all that, they are trying to rethink about the spiritual elements. So, as our title suggests, that there could be a huge partnership between spiritual elements and their physical practice. So we can identify this as a trinity. So this trinity is mind, body, spirit. So how would you think that we can incorporate these three? As someone who is already in the industry, how can you think that your fellow people, people who are in the industry can practice? There are some issues too. We will be talking the issues why some don't like, because this brings them to some religions too. What do you think how this trinity can help them to successfully provide an efficient and effective service? Because we understand mind has a lot of things like awareness, mindfulness, and many more things nowadays. Like there are many yoga studios, mindfulness places. Body, it is what you all do, and then the spirit, it's about spirituality. So how do you see this? How do you view these three as a trinity, and how beneficial is this trinity towards your physical practice?
It's very, very important and very beneficial for this trinity, for yourself and for your practice through body, mind, and spirit, because it is very important for you to take care of you first. Before you can take care of anyone else, you need to make sure that you are grounded and that you are well balanced and that you are able to give. You cannot give from an empty cup. And so focusing on the body, mind, and spirit for yourself also means to use your own practices to heal yourself on a regular basis. We want to have the body work done for ourselves as well, just as we do for other people. We want to make sure that we are also balanced and aligned. We want to make sure that we are incorporating a healthy diet into our lives. We are eating foods that are going to provide sustenance and nutrition and a healthy foundation for us. We need our bodies to be strong. Our bodies need to be strong in order to have a healthy mind as well. And for the mind, we also need to take breaks for ourselves as well. Again, we do so much for other people that we do need to take the time to recharge and to make sure that our energy is balanced as well. And also for the spirit and the mind, we have the meditations, like you said, and that does go with the self-care. We can practice our own spiritual practices to stay connected to our higher selves, and whether that's religion or our spiritual practices, and the connection that we have with one another. It's very important for connection, because so much of what we do, we need to be connected with other people. We are social creatures, we are energetic beings, and we are all connected through our energy. So it's very important to mind our own energy, so that way we can stay strong for others as well.
Let me ask you suggestions for someone to tap into spiritual consciousness, especially when it comes to massage therapists. So you brought up about the eating habit, good eating habits, and meditation, and then recharging yourself. Can you be a little bit more practical about these three? I mean, what kind of a meditation might best work for many, and what is it like, and how often should that person practice this particular meditation? Because when you talk about meditation, a lot of people think, oh, I don't like to do kind of a long meditation. People might have those concepts. Number two is, people might ask questions about eating a healthy diet, because sometimes, we have seen noticed in society that people say that you can preach that eat only healthy thing, but we can't afford to buy healthy stuff. So there are things like that. And what is this recharging like? How does someone know that I have run out of my energy? How should I focus? How much time should I focus on a day? I mean, there are different things. What do you think? How can someone put these three valuable suggestions into practice in practical ways? People want to have things very easy, right?
Yeah.
What would you think about?
Okay. So some of the practical ways that we can incorporate this, it seems like it is very, very expensive, but fruits and vegetables are very healthy for you as well, and they do support optimum levels of nutrition, and they can be very inexpensive to purchase. Also, fruits and vegetables are very healthy for us. We're told that we do need fruits and vegetables incorporated into our diet, and for good reason. We also have the time to recharge. So around an hour a day is what I usually do for myself. I've been told by other spiritual practitioners and doctors that an hour a day is substantial enough to clear your mind. And if you don't have an hour a day, 15 minutes is fine. To recharge, you can go into an area where there are a lot of trees, a lot of nature. That may not be the best for some people. Spending time with your animals can be a great way for you to recharge if you're low on energy. And even just resting and making sure that you are lying down, that you are taking breaks, taking naps when you need to, if you need to take a nap. Rest when you are tired. That is basically the essential foundation of recharging, is to rest when you are tired. Do things that make you happy as well. Do the things that make your mind happy. Exercising is great for the body as well. You want to make sure that you are exercising and getting everything flowing. Also, with the meditation, you don't need to do very long meditations. Even just 5 minutes can be great. I've done meditations also with people that were very short and very brief, and it was very beneficial, and we both left feeling better than when we started. So,
what kind of meditation did you practice?
So we just focus on the energy flow back and forth. This was my last meditation that I did with someone. We just focus on the energy flow back and forth. The focusing on one thing helps to train your mind. Also, if you want to just pick a focal point or a focus and just concentrate on that as long as you can, even for just up to a minute a day, it's very difficult to do, but the more you practice it, the easier it gets. The breath work, breathing in, focusing on the breath. This is what connects our body to our mind and to our spirit, is the breath. That is which connects us. And we can also focus on loving kindness. We can focus on compassion toward other people. There are a lot of different meditations that you can do in order to help to keep your spirit intact and your mind intact.
That's a very great way of looking at the practical ways of, putting spirituality in our life. April, before we jump into the, close, I would like to ask you, what is the main issue why some people don't think spirituality is helpful towards these physical issues? What is the main setback that they view in their life?
I think that some people don't see spirituality as a part of the physical issues, is because they choose to primarily focus on the physical aspect of the human body. And again, there are many aspects to the human body, not just the physical aspect. And I think that their choice is to focus primarily on the physical aspect of oneself or others.
Great. Mm-hmm. Any other thing you want to share, April?
I have had a very good time, and I thank you very much, Bhante Chandima, for having me on today. I am honored to be here, and I am very thankful.
Thank you for coming and then shared your thoughts, and I was really happy because someone like you could who has a lot of hands-on experience about physical aspects of massage and could share with us about those experiences. That would be very wonderful. So you did that. Thank you. Dhamma folks, today we've been talking about the spiritual elements of consciousness of massage and bodywork. A lot of people only view massage and bodywork from a physical point. But as April Cumpton, who joined with us today from Chula Vista, San Diego, US, shared with us that not only the physical part, there could be a better and effective, efficient treatment that could give to a patient if the massage therapist can understand the hidden spiritual natures of or the elements of the therapy. So also the patient can understand this connection. So that's how the spiritual consciousness can invest in this kind of alternative medicinal techniques. That's what we've been talking. So first we talked about the difference between secular massage therapies and a spiritual massage healer. You don't think that there are two massage therapists, and this is the way how we look at them, the way that they do their treatments to their patients. And also we talked about different massage techniques, especially what April Cumpton been doing for 5 years. And we also talked about the main differences between what a secular massage therapist and spiritual massage healer do in different ways. And we also talked about how does mind, body, and spirit, this trinity connects to someone's life in the form of a treatment like massage therapy. Yeah, and also April shared with us some of the things that anyone can practice, be that a massage therapist or a bodywork practitioner or a worker and a patient in their life, especially meditation, being on a healthy diet, as well as working on one's energy levels, because energy is always come and go, and we should be able to spot them and then to keep them balanced so that we are not drained all the time. April, what about friends who might drain our energy? Should we be careful about the friends, people around us too? Sometimes.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. That is absolutely true. Sometimes we can have people in our lives that that do, in fact, drain our energy with no intention of ever replacing it. And so, to keep yourself away from these people, or to cut cords from these people, or to set a boundary, a healthy boundary with these people, and just say, to hey, I can't today. That is also very important as well, in knowing your own boundaries, because yes, people can in fact drain you of your energy, whether they're doing it purposely, consciously, intentionally or not. They may not be doing it on purpose. They may have a problem that they don't know how to solve, and they're trying to just get answers or get energy from wherever they can to replenish themselves, instead of going from within and replenishing it on their own.
So I'll be compassionate towards them. At the same time, we shouldn't be a victim because of these actions. Yeah, that's a great way. Thank you, April Cumpton. Thank you so much. Dhamma folks, thank you for watching this episode today. Stay tuned with for another episode. We will be right back. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good day. Take care.